Chapter 2. Home. Most of us, I think, are familiar with the phrase, the home is there where your heart is. Well, I suppose at that point I did have a heart, but I didn't care about it. At that time, I did not even know that such a phrase even existed. Back then, all I could do is cry and just go figure out what I wanted. Later on, of course, that phrase became meaningful to me. After the hospital, my parents took me home. It was a two-bedroom apartment in a five-story house. I lived in one of the Riga's regions called Jugla, Jugla, which was very close to the lake called Jugla. So, yes, I lived in an apartment on the fifth floor. Fifth floor. We were the family of five. My mom, my dad, my great grandfather, and my grandma, and of course me. Oh my goodness, five people in two-bedroom apartment? What? Take it easy. I was so little and I didn't take so much space. Well, except my bed did, but I didn't care about it. Our apartment had a small kitchen, one living room, and one bedroom. However, the living room we also used as a bedroom. We used to call them big room and small room. I purposefully did not mention the toilet because most of the apartments in the capital city of Riga do have a toilet. However, in some houses in Eastern Europe, toilets are in the so-called hallway, which basically means that your toilet is outside and you have to share it with the other people who live on the same floor as you do. Thankfully, we had our own toilet and we did not have to share with our neighbors. Our house did not have an elevator. And I bet for many people it was and still is difficult to walk up and down the stairs. But I was so little and I was carried like a prince. And I didn't have to worry about the blessing of having my own legs. However, the moment when I started walking by myself, except I learned to walk by myself, it ruined everything. I had to walk myself up and down, up and down. Actually, to be very honest with you, I must say this. I was so lazy little boy. Yes. I did not start walking up until the age of 1 year and 8 months, compared to my brother who started running at 7 months. Can you believe it? 7 months and he was running when I just started walking, barely. I remember when I grew up a little bit, I was sleeping in the same room with my parents and grandfather. That was not much of a fun at all. But I did not have any choice. In the bedroom where I slept, we had a closet in which we stored some junk. some, I'm sorry, humongous amount of junk. Once I built there a shelter, and there I played by myself. One night I decided to sleep in there. Was actually really cool, but it was my first and last night sleeping there because it was not so comfortable there. And my parents, of course, told me that I must break it down because it takes so much space in a tiny closet. And it looked even more disastrous than ever before. By the way, I almost forgot to mention that in the small room we had a carpet on the wall. A carpet on the wall. You may ask, did you guys walk on that wall that the carpet was there to keep it clean from your dirty boots? What? Yeah. You're so funny, but it's actually a good question. I don't know why we had it on the wall instead of on the floor. I think it's just a part of how you make your house comfortable for you. Some people may say that they have a carpet on the wall so the wall does not look too empty. My dear friend, if you ask me right now, what do I call a home? I would say it is a place where you're comfortable and where you're welcomed and where you're loved. I know that some people may say that the place I have under this bridge is my house. Or we can think of a home as something physical, or it can be something emotional, or even as a feeling. I may go on and on trying to describe you what I mean by a home, what house home means for me. But one thing I can tell you for sure, that my heart belongs to God and my house is there where God is.